This Rugged Ridge C3 cargo cover is for those of you that have a 2018 and up 4-door JL that are looking for a way to keep that cargo area nice and clean if you're using your Jeep for hauling stuff, or maybe you have a pet that you keep in the back area of your Jeep and you want something that you can very easily pull out and clean up. This is going to be a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches for the installation. No drilling, no major modifications necessary, just a little bit of adhesive hook and loop fasteners to attach to the Jeep, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. So if you are using your 4-door JL to haul some stuff, it can get very dirty in the back here, and it can be time consuming and a little bit costly, depending on your situation, to get everything cleaned up again. On top of that, if we're not just talking about getting carpets dirty, there's some plastic back here that can get marred up if you're hauling anything that has hard or sharp edges on it. So having a cargo cover like this is going to save you money, time, and keep your Jeep looking good and in like new condition. The couple of things that I really like about this cargo cover in particular, it's made of a really heavy duty material, so you're not going to easily rip it or wear through it. Again, if you have a pet or cargo back here, it's going to hold up really well to that, but you can very easily pull it out and clean it up and pop it back in as well. To that point, the way that it attaches here on the sides of the tub is really smart. There's a bead of plastic that's sewn directly into the cargo cover that's designed to be tucked between the carpeting and the top of the tub, so it holds everything really firmly and really securely without the need for a bunch of hooks or loops or adhesive or anything like that. The way that it's designed to go around your sport cage, all of your seat belts, everything else that it needs to go around. Everything that does have Velcro, the Velcro is really strong, so it's not going to disconnect itself when you don't want it to. It's also just really well designed the way that it's cut out around these little pieces here for the tailgate closer, the way that it's cut around the catch for the tailgate over here. Everything is folded over and sewn, so you're not going to end up with any fraying issues. It's just a really well built and well thought out piece, all the way down to little details like this. There's a small Velcro flap over this 12-volt accessory port in the back area here. Again, just a way to protect that, but still give you access to it. A few other pieces of functionality that I like, the fact that it has this piece here that flips down over top of the bumper, again protecting the bumper, but when you do flip it up to close the tailgate, there's some Velcro here that'll hold it in that up position, so you're not trying to fight it, you're not trying to hold it with one hand as you close the tailgate. It's going to stay closed. And you can flip either the 60% or the 40% of that back seat to the up position and the down position and still have coverage for the rest of the cargo space. So this really gives you a configurable cargo cover. You're going to be able to go up and down with either side of that and still have a ton of protection in this rear area of the Jeep. So for all of this, you are going to pay a little bit more than some of the other cargo covers out there on the market, but again, in my opinion, it's really well worth it for the quality, for the design, and for the amount of protection you're getting from this. This is going to come in at right around the $200 mark, which again, I think is pretty fair. Now let me go ahead and show you how to get this thing installed. So like I said before, this is going to be a nice easy 1 out of 3 wrenches for the installation. There's a little bit of Velcro to install, but other than that, this thing pretty much just lays in place. We're going to start from the front, working our way to the back, unfolding the cargo cover first and hooking it onto the back of the front seat headrests. As you can see, we already have the back seats folded down. This is a configurable cargo cover, so you can have this in a couple of different configurations that we are going to show you toward the end, but the way we're going to install it first is with those back seats folded down. That's going to give you the most space in the cargo area. So like I said, the first step is unfolding this and hooking it to the headrests of the front seats. Just raise the headrest just a little bit, and then we can put this loop around here and Velcro it back onto the cargo cover. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now that we have the front of the cargo cover attached to the back of the front seats here, we can really just work our way from the front to the back, making sure everything is secured down. So on the underside of the cargo cover, you're going to have some Velcro, and that's going to attach really nicely onto the carpeting that's on the back of the seats and in the cargo space of the Jeep. So just get everything pulled pretty taut how you like it here, and just give it a little bit of a press, and that'll keep everything from moving. So we're on the passenger side here. We're gonna work our way down the passenger side and then jump over to the driver's side. Here we have a spot that we're gonna open up so we can wrap around this seat belt here. We'll just unvelcro that. Go on either side of the seat belt, Velcro back up again. And then what you'll notice in this area where the hardtop is, or if you have a soft top, just this back cargo area, is that sewn into the edge of your cargo cover is a piece of plastic here. And what that's designed for is to be tucked between the carpeting and the top of the tub here to hold everything up in that space. So we'll go ahead and tuck that in. Again, just working our way from the front to the back. You can do this by hand, or if you have a trim tool, a plastic trim tool, or a putty knife, something like that, you can use that, but this seems to be going pretty easily by hand. So we'll just get that tucked in. And then anywhere you have anything that would normally be in the way of your cargo cover, like here we have the seat belt in the back of the sport cage here, you have a cutout and some Velcro where you can wrap around. So we'll just unvelcro that and wrap it around now. And then just continue working from the front to the back, tucking everything in. Now that we're finished up on the passenger side, we'll jump to the driver's side here and do the same thing. Just working our way from the front to the back, smoothing everything out and tucking in your cargo cover to that area between the tub and the carpet. The next thing we're going to do is apply these adhesive Velcro strips to either side of the tailgate. So we're going to put it here and here on both sides of the actual clasp where the tailgate catches, and on the other side, the same thing. So you're given 3 pieces here, a small one and 2 larger ones, and the idea is that you can trim the larger ones down to size and make sure everything stays firmly secured where you put it. So whenever you're using any kind of 3M adhesive like this, you want to make sure that the area is really clean. We have an alcohol wipe, but you can always just use some alcohol and a clean rag as well. That'll remove any sort of wax or oily residue. And then the kit does come with some adhesion promoter as well. You want to put that on the surface, wait about 60 seconds, and then peel the backing off of your Velcro and stick it on. This stuff works really, really well. Wherever you put this, it is not going to come back up again. So make sure that you get it nice and straight and line up exactly where you like it before you stick it down. So once you have all the Velcro on either side of the tailgate, that's pretty much it for the installation. Now this is a configurable cargo cover, so I want to show you some of the different configurations that it can be in. As you see here, this has a little bit of a flap that comes down over the rear bumper. That's going to be great for loading and unloading, so you're not going to be damaging the bumper. If you do have a pet that's jumping in and out, they're not going to be scratching the top of the bumper. But as you can see, like everything else, it says Velcro on it, and we'll flip closed here. So when you close the tailgate, it's not going to get in the way. The other way that you configure this cargo cover is by putting either side of the 60/40 split rear seat in the up position. So let me show you how to do that. So to show you how the configuration works when you're flipping up one side of the seat, we're over here on the driver's side. So we're going to flip up the 40% side of the split, the smaller side. The first step is going to be unvelcroing the loop here that goes around the headrest of the front seat, and then you can unvelcro all along the split here. When you do that, you're going to find that there's a hook on the inside of this section. That's designed to be hooked right here onto the back of the headrest of this seat. So we're going to hook that as we put this in the up position. And once this is hooked, this doesn't have to come back off again. This can actually stay hooked when the cargo cover is in either of the positions. So if you put the seat in the up position, it'll look like this. You'll still have full protection down this side and also some protection on the back of this seat here. And then you can very easily flip back to the down position where you have full access to the whole cargo area. So if you're looking for a cargo cover that's well thought out, well designed, and is going to do a very nice job of protecting that cargo area of your JL, I would recommend this option from Rugged Ridge, and you can find it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.